Lally ho, friends, and welcome to episode 56, I think, of Kupo Quest. It's gotten so high, I'm starting to lose count. So,
Guys, he's
where,
keeping us hostage here.
where,
Ethan, help! I'm so hungry.
you're, well, you know what? You can eat in 2 hours. You'll be fine. It's like the middle of the day for you. Okay. So, where were we? Let's see. You all have finally narrowed down the location of Blake, somewhere in the forest outside of Cornelia. You have determined why she's not been responding. She seems to be in some kind of comatose state, as though she was trying to commune or communicate with something. Shiva, the stranger she mentions, you're not sure. So you ventured into the forest. That's why we can still hear the little birds, because I forgot I started that already. So you ventured into the forest and were greeted by not one, two, three, but four giant spiders. And we learned of psychics, real life arachnophobia, live on stream. May or may not have changed some of the elements of the rest of the forest. But so you did manage to get rid of those though, and as you were sitting down to take a rest, you heard what you assume was Duchess, which, to the best of your ability, sounding frightened, maybe angry, and you rushed off in that direction, having not finished your short rest. So, what are you all doing? Just running straight for the noise? That's where we're going to pick up.
Wait, I thought you said we weren't doing a
Yeah,
short rest.
we were going to, but
Yeah.
then Bailey rolled absurdly high and was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
chicken's over there."
You can still take an hour if you want.
No, you might as well go.
I feel like Bailey's
Alright.
just going to go anywhere.
All right. So, you all run, and you can hear from just the distance of the sound that you're not that far from wherever they are. You burst through the trees into this clearing, and when you get into the clearing, you do see Blake sitting there in the middle of this big clearing. The one place here that you're able to really see the sky, and you'll notice that when you come into it, what's your passive perceptions? I don't have them up.
16.
Passive perception is 18.
18. Those of you with 18, notice that as soon as you come into this clearing, it does get almost eerily quiet, as the birds they're not chirping in this area. They don't seem to be any other wildlife in this area, except for Duchess, who does not notice you, as she has her back to you, and she's like staring off into the trees on the other side of this clearing. So you kind of burst out of the south side, and you know what? I think I've got a map. Let's just go ahead and do that. Maps are always...
If there's another combat, this is gonna be bad.
Maps are always good, right? Let's see.
Yeah, of course.
All right, let me switch it over so the stream can see it too. That would be nice, I bet. They'd love that. So, this is just a big clearing with basically trees all around it. And then off the top of the map here is another line of trees. And you can see Duchess is just kind of bird growling. Like just kind of cooing in that direction. Doesn't seem to be noticing you. Duchess, or Blake, is actually sitting like crisscross applesauce in the middle of this field. And she is facing you, but you'll notice that she's levitating a little bit off the ground, and her eyes are closed. And she doesn't seem to be aware of your presence either.
Okay.
It worked.
18 perception. You also do hear something rustling in the trees across the way.
Yeah. Okay. Should I spend one of my scrolls? No. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna wait. Actually.
Can I make a proper look around, like an actual perception check to
Sure.
A look
see if
around
there is
check?
anything? Yeah.
Give me a
Can I
look
have
around
a
check.
spot listen, please?
Okay, I see you.
Nat 20, let's go.
Ooh.
Damn.
Natural 20. Okay. You look around
I've had one of
now.
those in a while.
Now you notice. You know what? There should be a. Hey, let's do it. There should be like a sound effect. Really late every time. But there should be. As you're looking around, now for the first time you notice the lack of birds, the lack of any kind of wildlife in this area. But you kind of focus your attention over across the way where Duchess seems to be completely focused, still not noticing you. And that's when you see something moving in behind the trees. And you see actually one of the trees kind of push to the side, and like you can see it physically move. Something large is over there. And
Oh
then
God!
it's dark beyond the layer of tree, the first layer of tree, but you had a natural 20, 26. You see the glint of something as just the light catches, and you see two large golden eyes staring out really low to the ground.
Can you guarantee for me there's only 2 fucking eyes and there's not like 8 of those bastards?
You only see two eyes.
I hope it only has 2. Otherwise Bailey is teleporting the fuck out of here. No. I'm probably just gonna like point out and quietly mention that there's something through the trees low to the ground, likely a predator. Likely like an apex predator. I probably should specify that one, not the aliens versus one. Um, probably mention that there's like an apex predator there, likely ready to jump, and probably target the chocobo. Because I feel like even though Bailey hasn't ridden a chocobo, he would understand that chocobos aren't exactly high up on the food chain. And because it is like a giant chicken, it's probably quite low on the food chain to an extent.
Yeah. Everything
So
loves chicken.
yeah, so I'm probably going to just let them know what's over there, and my thoughts.
Mm,
I
How
mean,
far away is this from us?
So this this clearing is to scale. So it would be, what's that? 5, 10, 15,
60
20,
feet.
25, 30, 30, about 60 feet, a little over 60 feet. I guess I could have done the ruler.
Okay. I will.
that's 60 feet.
15, 20, 25, 30. I will move. Try and move. I will move 30 feet ish. I'll kind of move 30 feet towards Duchess and Blake. And as I'm going over there, I will use my elemental attunement, and I can create sensory effects within 30 feet of me. So I will create a like sensory of like wind blowing in the brushes behind the thing to try and get it to like turn around or like leave the shrubbery. To make it like feel like something's coming up behind it.
Okay. Okay.
And I'll put myself
um,
over there.
can Izzy just go ahead and fly 40 feet up in the air?
Sure.
Dope.
Sure.
Cool.
You'll notice, Bailey, that as all these are doing this, the eyes seem to be tracking each of them. You had a natural 20. There
Yeah.
seems to be some intelligence behind the eyes, more than
Okay.
you would expect from just some kind of random beast in the forest. As it's watching,
You're right
first
there,
of
Ace.
all, it watches Ava kind of run over. What are you drawing?
Oh shit! Can you guys see that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can see that. That's why I was like, are you right there?
What are we? Are you trying to get our attention? What's happening?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought only I would see that. I pretend I didn't do that.
um, first it watches Ava, and then you can see the eyes kind of flick up once Izzy takes to the sky. It doesn't seem to react. Actually, man, with a natural 20, its eyes widen a little bit when the wind rustles through the trees behind it, and then they narrow, focusing back on Ava.
I am going to Seeing where it is and what's going on with it, I am going to. This is concentration. Yes, I am going to look at, like, keep my eye on the thing, and then in a second, Bailey is going to shake his wand a little bit, and then point it at Ava, Izzy, and Duchess.
Okay.
And I'm going to bless them.
You can cast Bless?
I can cast bless, part of
That
the
is-
Fate Touched.
That is crazy.
Okay. So you're casting a spell. Okay.
Yes, I'm casting first level. Well, I mean, it's not really first level, it's part of the thing, so I get it as a free cast.
Yeah. Sure.
But I will get that back at the end. So Izzy, Duchess, and Ava are all blessed.
Okay.
So I can only use it as a first level, which is
The
fine.
eyes
There's
just
only 3 of us.
haven't moved. They're kind of just observing at the moment. Duchess has stopped making noise, but gets down low and starts to just creep ever so slightly towards towards whatever's in the behind the trees.
Oh god, I'm gonna call it and say, Duchess, no, come here.
Duchess stops at the sound of your voice and turns around and for the first time notices you're there. And there's a look of, the best I can describe it as relief. And she starts to turn and walk towards you, but then there's a sound behind her as the whatever's behind these eyes shifts, and she stops and looks back. She seems very conflicted about what to do. What are you all doing?
He's terrified. Yeah, I've still got these ones. And you said it, I noticed that this creature was like slightly intelligent, at least at noticing the different people doing things.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to ready an action.
Okay, what are you readying?
I want to ready roll some psychic lance.
Okay.
And I'm going to specifically keep my eye on the creature because Bailey will trust. Obviously, we're hunting down Duchess and one of their friends, so they're going to be paying attention to their teammates. Bailey doesn't exactly have the loyalty, but he does trust Izzy and Ava. So Bailey's going to ready Psychic Lance. Specifically, the trigger will be as soon as this thing moves into full view or looks like it's going to attack, then I'm going to cast it.
Keep in mind, when you ready an action, that's only for 6 seconds, and if you don't use it, the spell's gone.
Oh,
Readied
I thought it
actions
was
with
just like
spells
holding on to it.
outside of combat are kind of tough. Yeah, you hold it for a round, and then you
Oh,
have
is
to use
that
your
all?
reaction. Yeah, with spells,
Oh.
it's harder to hold a spell
I
for a long
might as
period
well
of time.
I'll hold off then. I might as well just use that in the middle of
Yeah,
if
yeah.
something happens.
The idea being you can't really just hold on to all that magic without releasing it
Okay,
indefinitely.
I'm going to ready the idea in my head.
Sure. It's easier with a cantrip. A cantrip because you don't have to
Yeah,
waste the spell
cantrips
slot.
you can do as many as you want.
Alright, so I'm gonna be a ranger again then. Sorry, Bailey, did you have something else?
No. I'm just going
Okay.
to probably just message.
Take off the monk hat, put on the ranger hat.
Ranger hat, yeah.
I'm
I
probably
will
just going to
cast.
message and just let you know all the information I know, just in case. Just
Mm.
like that it's watching and shit.
I will cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. Then what do you say?
I will say,
No, go ahead.
hello there, big friend. This is This is not a meal for you, but I have an alternative that will keep you sated for the day if you walk away in peace.
Excellent fool. You see the thing start to stand up to its full height. The eyes now going up another 5, 10, 15 feet. Let me just go ahead. As this thing starts to come out of the clearing, the trees themselves part as you see this guy come into full view. Just kind of
Ooh.
steps.
Wow. Rude of you to cast Speak with Animal, honestly, Ava.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
that
what
was-
he's about to
That
say.
was a little disrespectful, wasn't it? That's
You
crazy.
view me as a common beast, do you?
Oh, hello.
He's not answering. He's just staring
Mhm.
down at you. Duchess, by the way, at this point is just losing their mind, like pawing into the dirt and like not sure which way to go. As this thing is just it emerges and now it's kind of towering over Duchess, who's not backing
Mhm.
down, but his
Girl.
gaze is fixed completely on you, Ava.
Duchess the Barbarian.
Mm.
DM, what is the common knowledge about dragons in this world?
Dragons in this world are known, but rather rare. So give me a
Okay.
history check, and I'll give you a little bit more. Depending on what you
Oh
roll.
boy!
Can I also do like a history check of some sort as a professor? Would I have like read about these types of dragons in tomes?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Ava's
Let's
just
see
going to
what
be shitting
Izzy
his
gives.
pants. He wouldn't know anything about dragons.
That is a 32.
32.
32.
Wait a
Fucking
minute.
nerd.
That's ridiculous.
Guys, I have a plus 15 to history. I tell you this every time I get to
Okay.
roll.
What the
Izzy
fuck?
knows everything about dragons. The dragons of this world, there are dragons, but they do tend to be very reclusive. They do tend to stay typically towards their territory. At one time, they did intermingle a little bit more and fought over territory, but in very recent history, most of the remaining dragons, at least on this continent, have kind of staked out their own territories and they leave each other alone. They are typically associated with one or more of the crystals. A lot of the cultures of this world view them
Another
as
one.
minor deities, even though they don't have the full power that an icon would. But they do tend to associate themselves with various crystals. So, green dragons, for instance, typically are associated with the earth and wind crystal.
Okay, cool.
So,
What a quinky dink.
yeah. They are
Have we got one of those?
highly intelligent creatures. They do in this world they do mate for life, and they usually only have 1 to 2 in their brood, which is another reason that there's not really abundant. I don't know what psychic is laughing so hard about.
With a 32, would Izzy know if there are multiple green dragons, or would he know this one's name, basically? It's fine if the answer's no. I just
Not in particular. No. They're not that rare to where each one of the like there's only one left or anything like that. Now, I will say that as far as on the mainland here, they are rather rare. A
Okay.
lot of the dragons have, uh, especially during that dispute I mentioned earlier where they were kind of fighting for territory, some of them did fly off towards the Beastlands or other parts of the world.
Okay.
But as
And
far as each
typically,
individual one, you would not know.
typically, are dragons smarter than the average mage?
Typically smarter than the average mage. I guess that
Or
depends
does
on
it
what
just depends?
it depends on your definition of average mage. I would say yes. I would say
Cool.
typically they're smarter than the average
Yep.
mage. I would say they're probably not smarter than you. How does that sound?
Funny.
That is
Let's have a
all
math
they needed
off.
to know. Let math off.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, I do have a calculator.
Yeah.
No.
I do want to know what you
Izzy
were laughing so hard about. What did I miss something, or did I say something
Just
stupid?
what Ace put in Player's Lounge. That's all
Yeah.
it was. Fucking lost my
Oh.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fucking
Izzy
great.
is going to. Okay, I can't control my token.
Have you tried clicking on where the token browser is? Then you should be able to move it.
What's a token browser?
So on the map, the bottom one is token browser underneath point and ping. If you click on that once, you should be hopeful. I can move your character.
Well, why can't I? I'm
I
confused.
don't know. Skill issue?
Valid.
If you have
Wait,
something
so
else selected, like if you have like the map move selected, you have to unselect it.
okay. Huh? I have pan.
Yeah,
How do I turn
unselect.
pan off?
Just
Okay, there
click
we
it
go.
again. Yeah.
Cool. Izzy immediately flies down about this far, and you guys see he is looking at this dragon in complete awe as he says, "My God, it's a dragon!" And you see, he stands and
Huh.
he says, and he looks at them, and he says, "Hmm, do dragons have like a term used to refer to them, like Mister or Mrs.? Like,
Not
Do they have pronouns?
do they speak in titles?"
they do typically, from what you know, they do typically prefer, or most people would give them the deference they deserve, or of something that could eat you. But there's no standard. There's no standard that most dragons
Okay,
would.
so
Flattery
you
goes a
know,
long way with dragons, typically.
yeah. Izzy is not flattering. He is geeking out right now. And you see, lands. He says, You're the first dragon I've ever met. I've heard legends of I was gonna say beast of beings like you. You, my goodness, you're even more beautiful in person.
Even
You
even
guys,
Bailey's gonna have a moment of
Ava,
like,
you have
we
known
talk,
Izzy
we
for
teach
so
about
long.
them.
Izzy has never complimented any of you.
Anybody?
Like,
Yeah.
he has like giving you guys like
That's
genuine
true.
compliments, like talking about it, but he's never like gone above and beyond and started gushing.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay, cool. Can I
Even
argue
Bailey's
advantage
just
because he's
gonna
being genuine?
Sure.
Yay.
even Bailey's gonna have a moment of like, holy shit.
Ugh, that's a
Like,
9.
9.
we teach about them. Like, I've been teaching about dragons for a long time. Their reactionary capabilities are unmatched.
This dragon kind of brings its hind legs up to it and sits down, wraps its tail around it. It takes its gaze off of Ava and looks over at you. Hold your flattery. Why are you here? Why have
Hmm?
you come into my domain? Humans, or the little ones, do not venture here typically. Yeah,
Oh,
that one. And she kind of looks back over at Blake. Has been here for days.
I'm not sure why Blake is here, but we actually came to find her and bring her back home. Maybe she's meditating to her deity? I'm honestly not sure. We would have to ask her when she wakes from her trance. But you do have my apologies. Apologies. None of us knew that this was your domain. We can leave if you wish.
Kind of looks back and forth at all of you. Take your friend with you. Keep your petty wars out of my land. You folk have destroyed enough of this world. I will not have you destroying my forest.
Yeah.
Take her
Izzy.
and get out.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
I- Izzy just nods and says, "We apologize." And he says, "Ava, pick up Blake. I'll take Duchess."
Oh, are we going back to Cornelia?
Uh, Currently, yes, because we have other things we need to do. And Izzy will go and pet Duchess on the head before leading her towards Blake.
Duchess is still just staring up at this dragon, who's now finally turns its attention down to Duchess. And Duchess is just you're like pulling on her, and she's kind of defiantly resisting you. Give me an animal handling check.
Ooh, I don't have good scores in that.
Yeah.
Not negative, just
Not
not
your
good.
thing necessarily, but we'll see how it goes.
Ooh, yikes! I'm going to use a luck point. I'm joking.
Nope. You're pulling, but Duchess is standing her ground, and the dragon just looks down and chuffs. Doesn't do anything. This little greenish kind of smoke puffs out of its nose as it kind of just laughs at Duchess.
Let's
But
just look at her ancestor.
well,
Um,
Ava, you were gonna go get Blake.
Yes, and while I'm doing that,
On, Duchess!
if I can, I would like to think to myself, but kind of talk to Garuda or Leviathan, whichever one will answer. And I'm just gonna ask, either of you familiar with this one?
Ooh, okay. You
We
hear,
dated back in college.
ah,
I know this one. Protecus. That's his name. He's been here for a long time. I remember when he was just a little broodling, actually. He's got a level head, but he will eat you. And I won't cry.
Mm-hmm. 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 Could it
Actually,
be good or
since I pretty much only exist in your head now, maybe don't get eaten. But if he eats the others, I won't cry.
Okay, that's fair. I can. That's a good middle ground.
Okay.
Would you say his name was Gratecus?
Dratecus. D-R-E.
Gratec.
P-E.
Oh, Dratecus.
K-A-S. Dratecus.
right,
Gratecus. Okay.
dragon. I get it. I see you.
No.
That's clever.
It's a random dragon name generator. I click, click, click until I found what I liked.
Izzy is doing his damnedest to get Duchess to move.
Give Ava, as you go over and you go to put your hands on Blake, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
Yikes.
Does this have to do with being charmed?
No.
Damn
You
it.
do get a D4 from Bless, though.
Well,
Oh,
I was about
speaking
to
of
say-
a D4, a D4 wouldn't have helped me. Never mind.
You do get a D4.
Oh, D4
I would
is not gonna
probably
save
say.
me.
Ooh. I'd probably say now that like it lasts for a minute. I'd probably say about this time it had probably
yeah.
faded by now. So yeah, you would have been the last one to use it.
Okay. As you go and your hands touch onto Blake, there's this almost this it feels like a shock, but it's not like an electricity of anything as you're just forced back 5 feet. The force impacts you. It's almost like a wave comes off of her. 5 points of damage as this thing hits you in the chest and moves you back 5 feet. Um,
Ooh.
it's force damage if that does anything to you,
Okay.
but
It doesn't.
there's something about whatever state she's in that is actively repelling things that come into contact with her.
Izzy Bailey, there's some bullshit here. I don't know. She's doing some bullshit.
All right, you get Duchess. Izzy's gonna go to Blake.
Okay.
Rather
What are you gonna do?
fascinating.
He's going to see what's up with her.
Okay.
Don't touch her, it hurts.
Thank you.
Are you just wanting to
No, he's gonna see what magically is up with her.
an
Yeah, can I
Arcana
make an
check?
Arcana check?
Yeah, you both can.
Yeah,
Yeah, 17.
that is a 28.
28. Izzy with the numbers tonight. Whoa.
Being level 13 is great.
Yeah, no kidding. So 28. As you look at her, she's definitely she is gone. Like whatever Blake is totally seems to be unaware of the situation. The magic that's surrounding her does not seem to be from her. Although just you're pretty used to her and her magic and the magic that's surrounding her right now that seems to be keeping her levitated, whatever that was that pulsed out, it is of the same nature as her magic. but it does
Um,
not seem to be coming from her. This is not a spell that she is casting.
cool. Um, will it
If you get
detect?
what I'm saying. If you're
Will
confused,
it
I can
detect
restate it less
magic?
vaguely.
I get it.
Will it detect magic even help? Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
there's
think that'd be
magic,
very
all
good.
right.
Yeah.
Izzy is going to put his hand out, but he's not going to touch Blake, and he says, "Jeez, Jesus doesn't exist in this world. I wouldn't have said that."
I've said it like
he,
100 times.
yeah,
There
and
has
you
to be a
see
Jesus somewhere.
he then holds his staff and he points it out at her, and he's going to close his eyes, and he is going to say, "Blake, I know you're in there, and if the stranger is the one controlling this right now, I need you to tell me why you have a grasp on my friend right now." And he is going to try to commune with the magic specifically.
Okay. Are you like casting the spell commune? Is that what
No,
you're
I
doing?
feel
Or
like
okay.
no, but I feel like detect magic would be pretty similar for Izzy at least.
Sure. I just wanted to make sure because there is a spell called commune.
I know
Right.
there is. Izzy,
So
I don't think has access to it though.
probably
I'll
not.
spend a second level spell slot.
Okay.
What does
Let's
he
see.
see with his special eyes?
Okay. So you point your staff towards towards Blake, and you say that as you kind of close your eyes for a minute and release the magic of the spell. And then when you open your eyes, you see standing over Blake next to her this hooded figure you've never seen before. You can't see their face. They seem to be humanoid. They seem to be about 6 foot tall, maybe. Hard to
What?
tell exactly what race they might be. Any discerning features are completely hidden. And you see them standing there and they've got their hand on her shoulder.
Um, Izzy is going to not walk up, but you see he puts his staff away, and he says, can you hear me?"
The hooded figure kind of looks towards you. By the way, the rest of you don't see any of this. Just so you know. Um, it looks towards you. You can
You see
see me.
Izzy. Yeah. You see Izzy looks up and he says, "Oh, yes, I can. Um, I specifically wanted to talk to you or Blake, but you work as well since you're the person who's been protecting her for so long. Do you
You look.
know who I am?"
I'm aware of you. Yes, Blake has
"Oh,
spoken of
good.
all of you here.
Oh, I'm aware of you as well. It's nice to finally meet the person who's so close to Blake." You see Izzy
Likewise,
yeah, you see Izzy says, "Should I bow or are you more of a casual deity?"
formalities play no part here.
That
What
makes
do you
sense.
need?
You see he goes, he says, "You speak plainly. I like that." And you see he says, "We need to move Blake before this dragon gets upset and potentially does something dangerous for to either us or her. Would it be possible for you to let us take her to the ship, or is there something particularly important about this forest?"
This forest is where she came to speak with me. It's easier for me to visit her in places of serene nature.
Mm.
Um, the problem is, once we got to talking, she wouldn't wake up.
Would Bailey be able to deduce that Izzy's clearly talking to someone? Because we can hear him talking.
Or he's lost his mind.
No, I feel like Bailey as a I feel like this is just up to DM discretion, but I feel like as a professor,
Hold on,
like he
hold
would
on,
be able
hold
to
on,
notice that something is going
hold on,
on.
stranger. I'm gonna plug Bailey
He's obviously
into the call
talking
real
to
quick.
somebody.
I
Plug
feel like he would
Bailey
have
in.
more insight on this. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm joking. Sorry, continue your thoughts.
No, he's obviously talking to something or somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whilst
but you
doing that,
cannot see
Bailey's
or
just gonna
hear the stranger's responses.
I feel like Bailey's just gonna like kind of look and deduce everything and then like out loud, Bailey's going to be like, "Well, Izzy definitely is talking to someone and trying to sort
Mhm.
out a deal," and then he's going to like move himself to the dragon and just talk about things that have like either happened or ask questions or just
As you do that,
have a general knowledge.
the dragon looks at you and says, "Shh, I'm listening." He turns his eyes back towards Izzy.
Oh, you can see it too. Okay, well, Ava, would you like to play I Spy?
I'm a little scared right now. Come back to me.
Oh my god.
I think Izzy is shocked by this, and he says she wouldn't wake up, like she can't.
I have been unable to wake her. I
That's not
instead have
good.
been protecting her from whatever's keeping her in this trance.
Okay.
I
Well,
can't
firstly,
move her myself, but now that you're here, I can let you take her.
okay. Well, firstly, thank you for keeping our friends safe. I know that's not necessary for me to thank you because of how long you've known her, but I really appreciate it.
I'll trust you to do the same.
Okay. Will we be allowed to will we be allowed to just take her? If she doesn't, you see he thinks for a bit. He says, "Is there another would I be able to commune with you like this again so I can give you updates at least? Like maybe if we're away from her and we find something."
He looks for a second, his head kind of cocks to the side. And again, no features, just this hood that just seems to turn black. But you get the feeling that whatever's behind this is just staring into your soul almost. Um, and you feel like this chill kind of run down your back while he's looking at you.
Hmm.
He looks over at the rest of you. I shall pay you a visit later tonight, everyone.
Oh.
I will not be able to do
Oh.
this often, and I will need you to come to the edge of the forest. He looks back up at the dragon. If that would be feasible to you. The dragon just kind of looks around. As long as they don't enter, as long as the trees do not provide them any shelter. Fine.
He ate that.
Midnight.
No, we don't want him to eat this, okay?
Yeah.
Come at midnight. I should be able
Oh,
to
go ahead.
muster enough energy to bring myself into the physical plane for a couple moments. We can talk
At midnight. Perfect.
at midnight.
Thank you.
Take care of her. His hand
Uh,
releases his shoulder. His hand releases from her shoulder, and she just kind of gently lowers back to the ground. And when she kind of just sits and just maintains this peaceful meditative pose,
okay.
as you see him kind of
Izzy,
bow his head and then just fade.
yeah, Izzy is going to pick her up this time and says, "Ava, get Duchess so we can leave the dragon his domain alone."
I'm gonna go up to Duchess and kind of grab her reins. I'm gonna be like, Duchess, look, Blake needs to hop on your back. Can you come, please?
Animal handling advantage
Oh, thank God.
because you mentioned Blake needs his help, her help.
Ugh.
I
Oh, that's
love the
pretty decent.
I love the anticipation when like it's rolling and all I see is the question mark. 19. Okay. Eventually, at the mention of Blake, she kind of snaps out of it and looks at you, and then looks back over her shoulder and sees Blake has finally kind of returned back to the earth. As Duchess just shoots one more look at the dragon and just goes, "Wah!" And then
Yeah.
turns and runs back towards to Blake.
Ballsy creature, that one, innit?
Mhm.
I'm happy I didn't go with my first plan, which was going to be to shoot a spell in front of it to scare him.
I was gonna do something similar too.
to the dragon.
Yeah.
I was
Before we
hoping
found out it was a
somebody would,
dragon.
because if he had attacked it or done anything like that, he was coming
Yeah.
out swinging.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was
Because
like,
the DM likes to fuck us.
I was
Well,
like, what
we've
are you
still
doing? What
got
are you
that
doing?
to
No, no,
ourselves.
no. I give you the opportunity. If you want to go in guns blazing, have at it. I like when you do, because then they come out guns blazing. Dragon looks at you as
Ava
you load up
does not
Duchess.
know. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say Ava does not know what Izzy knows about dragons. So Ava would like to ask Garuda real quick. What are your relationships with the dragons? Are you friendly? Do you hate each other? I know you hate the people, but how do you feel about the dragons?
Well, the dragons have never caused us any problems. It's you people that keep fucking everything up. The dragons can be loud, noisy. Sometimes they let their pride get in the way, and they have territorial disputes that can sometimes spill over and damage some of our things. But other than that, they keep to themselves pretty much.
Do the dragons like you?
What's not to like?
I mean, okay, that's fair,
Ooh.
but
Most of them derive their existence from our elemental powers, so they better.
okay, see that I can respect that. Okay. All right, thank you, Garuda.
Anytime. I'll be here for fucking ever, it feels like.
That's true. Hopefully, at least another 400. Well, hopefully not 400 years. Hold on.
Now, I hope you succeed at whatever you're
Yeah,
trying
no,
to do
yes,
and get me
yep.
out of your head before then.
Me too.
Yeah.
Not that I don't appreciate you being here and you helping me.
Sure.
But,
Okay.
no,
Perfect.
yes.
It's time to
Okay,
stop
I'm-
talking, Ava.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the dragon now. Thank you.
Ava,
Someone
stop
really
talking to
should-
Duchess and bring her over here.
Right? Yeah. Sorry.
Someone should
Blake,
really like
Blake.
take away that shovel that you've got there. Okay, so with everybody there, so there's us three, the three chocobos we had, and then Duchess and Blake. Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
One chocobo,
if everybody is finished, or at least doing whatever magical shit you are all capable of doing, which is rather impressive, are we ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
I hope
Mhm.
so.
Yes.
And don't come back.
Of course.
I'm sure we heard that part. And then Bailey is just going to take another look at the dragon, and then he's going to pull his wand out, he's going to look at the dragon and go, "This has been rather interesting and intriguing. I have learnt quite a lot, but I have decided that we need to go." And he is going to hold up his wand facing upwards and then flip it in his fingers and drop it into his socket. And he is going to cast teleport on
Yay.
the 8 of us.
Okay.
And
Hi, Joseph.
specifically, I am going to be obviously aiming for Cornelia.
Okay.
My idea for it is because he's still not quite like he doesn't quite know everything about Cornelia. He's going to do like a generalized area in one of the courtyards
Okay.
that he would have gone to, or like probably not the Queen's place. But he is going to
I
teleport
love
everybody
this
out. And
because there is a small chance this goes wrong, and I love it.
yes,
Teleport's great. So it's a D100, right?
D100.
Never mind. I cast Counterspell. He doesn't cast it. No, I'm kidding.
So
I'm
let's
going
see.
to counterspell your counterspell.
So
No.
here's the thing with Bailey.
Yes.
I would say you have been to Cornelia, but for a couple
Yeah.
days. I don't think I would say you're very familiar with it.
Just
Boo.
casually.
So seen casually is the one we're going to be rolling on. Because I mean, you
if
would
we
have
want
never.
to argue for very familiar, the city is like every other city. It's got walls, it's got bricks, it's got
That
ground. But
doesn't
yeah,
make any sense.
No.
That's like saying Chicago is the same as Los Angeles.
because
Also,
it's a city that has
you
people in it.
just said, since I don't know Cornelia very well.
Yeah, I know.
So we're gonna
So
do
Which
the
what
is
are we?
sick.
What are we
scene-
aiming for?
Seen casually line.
Ugh.
We're
I'm a bit worried,
aiming.
but that's okay.
We're aiming for a 1 to 33 is what I'm aiming for.
All right.
You want a 1 to 33.
Yeah.
I would like to tell you to not do that.
All right,
So
let's see how this goes.
D100.
Come on.
46, which
40
falls into the
off
off
target,
target.
but still. Okay.
So then maybe arguing that I don't land in Cornelia, but like along the road to the
I was gonna
forest, or
just
like
land you in the same damn spot because it's still within walking distance of Cornelia. It's similar area.
Rude.
Plus, I thought it'd be funny, but no, yeah, I just thought it'd be funny to have you teleport and teleport away, and the dragon be like, "What the fuck was that?"
Alright, now we're leaving.
So off target, but yeah, in the same general area. So let's take a look really quick at the map. We haven't been able to pull this one up in just a bit, so I will pull up the world map. Let's see what makes sense. I do love this spell. One of these days you're going to cast it and it's going to go way off. So you're trying to get into Cornelia. Again, you're somewhere like right around here. I need to update this to put the forest here. I would say going off target but close by, you wind up about halfway between Cornelia and the Wind Shrine, right about here.
cool.
So
I'm
out
gonna
of the
look at the
forest, but
stream
still.
to find out whereabouts that was.
So it's halfway between Cornelia and the Wind Shrine. Oh, is it not showing up on the maps?
Yeah,
No, not at the
if you
moment.
hit point and ping, it should.
There you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Okay, there.
Whoa.
Damn, someone's dropping a nuke on Cornelia.
That
Fuck.
ping's bright. So yeah, right about there,
Alright,
halfway between the
cool.
two.
And Bailey's just gonna kind of look around and be like, you know, I don't think I've ever actually done that spell correctly.
Okay,
But I
I
do have a
wasn't about to
100%.
judge you, but
I do have a
That's okay.
100% track record of being fucking close.
That's pretty good.
I mean, it's
One day I'll
fine.
get it right.
You were so close because a 33 and below, this campaign was about to get so interesting. Not that
boy.
it's not interesting yet. I mean, I think it's interesting, but it was. I already had in mind what was going to happen with the mishap, and I was like,
We
oh,
land
come
right
on.
smack bang in the middle of Blimblum.
Mm,
Right at Noctis' court.
you did say that cities look well. Cities are cities.
Wait, won't we just have to go right back to the forest again at midnight?
Yeah, we got time.
You do have
Yeah, we have
Go
a few
back.
hours.
today, so
Go
I
back,
think
drop the
I think you
little
went
one in the
out at the
chocobo.
beginning of the day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, the thing about it is we also need to keep an eye on Blake's body. So, like, would it be better for us just to go to the outside of the forest, or do you guys really just want to go to Cornelia and then walk back? We can. I'm just asking.
If we go to Cornelia, we can leave the body with someone you trust, like Sarah, and then we can go back. It's really not that difficult.
Yeah, you see, he looks at Ava and says, "Are you sure Cornelia's the place? Well, Balam is Balam." Ugh.
Yeah, Baum's
About
quite a
Balam.
ways over there.
Yeah, Balam, we can't go to Balam. It's going to take us forever to get back to the forest.
Let's teleport again.
I can't
Well,
do that.
I meant after. I don't know.
Oh,
I wish we knew where Blake would want to be left. I also
no,
need to figure.
we have to bring her tonight anyways, so we might as well just stay with her. She's going to be safest with... I mean, she's going to be pretty safe in Cornelia, but I feel like she's going to be especially safest with us.
Okay, we can worry about this, I guess.
What was it specifically that the person asked you? Did they
He
mention
said,
having to take a friend, or was it just go there?
go
As
there
the
at
dragon?
midnight. He didn't specifically mention bringing Blake, but
I'm
maybe
going to assume
he'll
that's
have.
pretty important.
Yeah, maybe he'll have a way to wake her up by then. I'm not sure. I doubt it, but just in case.
Alright.
Also, in this current moment, I don't feel safe leaving Blake by herself.
Fair.
So what's the plan for
Well,
now?
you guys make the decision. I'm basically tagging along. I'm still not quite familiar with everything. But I am going to be telling the princess you don't trust her with Blake, because I think that would be funny.
That's not what I said at all, but okay.
Seems like she would get the joke.
All right,
you-
so are we going back to Cornelia?
I think you mean Queen.
Probably just forgot.
Okay, is that silence a yes?
Yeah, we could go back to Cornelia, because then we could take the airship to the forest tonight. Make it easy and safe travel.
All
I
right.
forgot about that.
Now that we have Blake, we can take the airship.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Also, I just want to point out, because I didn't really follow back around, your little trick with the wind did not fool the dragon because it was a highly intelligent creature that was very much aware the wind was no longer a thing. So just in
Yeah.
case you were wondering
You
why
better
that
be
didn't do
impressed
more.
that I have the wind, though. I mean, like, come on. The wind's gone and this random elephant can control it? That's something.
So, you all make your way back to Cornelia. It takes just a little bit of time because you were kind of outside of the city. So I will say that by the time you get there, it's probably early afternoon. But once you get back into the city, things are lively. It's a different place than when you left, or when you first got here. And in the matter of a couple days, life has returned to the city. Once the empire's been left, you brought the people back from the wind shrine where they were huddled up, starving almost. And now as you look around coming into town, people have set up little markets again. Some trade has started to go around, and yeah, they're rebuilding. And there's just a general vibe in the town that wasn't there just a couple days ago. This is the liveliest you've seen it since that first day you landed in Cornelia, Izzy and Ava. So where are you doing? Where are you going?
Izzy is going to Sarah for an update, and he asks Ava if he can take Blake to her room and on the airship.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, Duchess, this way. Hiya!
That just follows you easily enough. Sarah, you managed to find. She actually is out amongst the market. She's kind of just going around, checking things out, basically doing a little bit of shopping herself too. You
Buying
get the
some
feeling
raw
she's
honey.
well, you get the feeling she's trying to help, help stimulate
Economy.
the economy and stuff. So she's going and she's buying. She seems to be buying something from almost every stall. She's got somebody that's with her that's dragging this big cart. They're just kind of loading up all the crap she's buying. She does notice you coming though, as she like, oh, thank you, and then pays one of the vendors some gil. Izzy, you're back. Did you manage to find her?
Yes, but we may need to talk about her condition privately. I need some help that I
Oh,
feel only another cleric can give.
of course, of course. Is everything okay? Is she hurt?
You see, he leans down and whispers to her, basically Blake's condition,
I
and he
see.
looks at her and says, "Have you ever heard of anything like that before?"
No, no, I haven't heard of anything like that myself. I mean, I've heard of communing, but I've never heard of someone getting locked into it, and especially especially not to which the deity they were trying to commune with not being able to wake them up. Um, no, this is serious. Where did you take her?
She's on the airship currently. Ava's going to be watching over her. Uh,
Okay.
the her deity wants to meet us at the edge of the forest, so this may be our last day here.
You're meeting a deity at the edge of the forest. Well,
Correct.
We've done that a couple times, Sarah. Come on.
and remind me again, which of the icons is it that Blake is fond of?
She doesn't worship an icon.
And who is this deity that she? I know, I believe she's mentioned it, but I can't recall.
I believe it's some sort of, from what she's explained and from what I've noticed, it seems to be a deity that focuses specifically on death in the afterlife.
And their name was.
Oh, the stranger.
So you're meeting the stranger of death at midnight in the forest.
Uh, yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Um, you have trusted my judgment in the past, and I will trust your judgment in this matter. Um, be careful, though, and please give me an update on whatever you learn.
Yeah. As they're walking, I think he passes a stall where there's like something reflecting. I think as he looks in it, I think Izzy looks at himself for the first time since the last time they were like in Ballum. And I think he looks, he's like, my goodness, what are all these? You see he's touching his hair. And I'm not sure, and you guys have probably noticed, but he hasn't. He has, so when he first passed and he was brought back to life, he had like two shocks of white inside his hair. Now you see multiple streaks kind of like going around. And he says, oh, that's odd. And I think he thinks that I think he thinks for a second he's like, wait, why didn't no one tell any of me? Is like they were probably trying to be nice.
Your hair is graying quickly there, Izzy.
And I think he said, this is a new look, I guess. Regardless, we're going to be leaving tonight. I trust everything is fine here.
She looks around. I think that for the first time in a little while, we're going to be okay. Um, I know we have a difficult road ahead, and there are still some things to work out, but with the ceasefire that you negotiated, I think we've bought ourselves some time, a little bit of breathing room at least, to rebuild and get back on our feet.
All right. I think he walks and he stops. He turns over and he just says, "Thank you, Sarah."
Thank you, Izzy, for everything you've done. You and your friends will always have a home here in Cornelia.
Yeah.
Don't
I
don't
think
stay
he
gone too
hold.
long.
Yeah. I think he holds a hand out to her.
Like for a handshake?
Yeah.
She looks down at it and she kind of just smiles to herself, and then she takes your hand and gives you a nice, firm, hearty handshake.
Oh, Izzy immediately pulls her into a hug.
Oh, she was gonna do that to you. Oh,
Oh my
so
god, they do it at
sweet.
the
Well
same
played.
time, so they're
She
both
was
They
just
gonna
pull each
standing
other
there.
in.
you both pull at the same time. So there's a moment where you do this and it's like, and then you kind of just come in and hug each other.
If you wish to say bye to Ava, he'll be on the airship. I'm going to search through the remains of the library to see if there's anything that can help us there. I doubt it, but it would be remiss of me not to at least check.
It's worth a shot. She points over to the direction of Cornelia, which the library once stood. We
Mhm.
haven't had a chance to go through there yet, so anything you find, you're welcome to.
Izzy is going to fly off with a wave.
She kind of gives you a wave. And then you see that she just turns back to what she was doing and continues talking with her people.
Cute.
Ava or
That's Ava playing that
Bailey,
flute.
right? Yeah, I like that. I kind of like this song. What are either of you doing? I know Ava, you were taking Blake back to the airship. Bailey, what were you going to be doing?
Um, Bailey is specifically going to be going through the market stalls and searching for either specifically magical items to try and help him, because I think he realized during the battles with the spiders and then also seeing what Easy could do, talking to things that he could not see, um, Bailey feels like he was woefully underprepared for what Adonis was really asking of him to do. So I feel like there's a little bit of a moment where he's like, I feel like it wouldn't be out of place to see what is going on
Okay.
here, or at least definitely feel like I'm behind. It's rather uncouth for the professor to be worse off than a student. Hmm.
I
Me.
love
And
that
it
you
is like
call Izzy a student because it is accurate.
he's going to kind of think to himself and then like have a look around his body and just kind of lift his coin purse and count in there. And he's gonna have his 10 gold. He's gonna be like, I should have known that Shin wouldn't have left me without any money. Well, thank you. I shall see what I can find. And he's going to look for some magical items or some spell scrolls or something that the people may have.
Give
Specifically
me
something. Oh yeah.
Investigation.
Okay.
You got this. I believe in you.
I'm gonna need it. Nope, not one.
Natural 1. You spend some time walking around, but most of the stalls you find are mundane stalls.
Yep.
It kind of makes sense to you now that you think about it. I mean, this place got
It's pretty
destroyed.
ruined.
Back up, they're just getting up and running. There's not a lot of magical trade going on here,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So you
Oh, wood.
found. I mean, you find you're not a wizard, are you? Never mind.
I'm a sorcerer.
I mean, you found a place that sells some high quality paper you think you could maybe use, but if you needed
Yeah.
something like that. But
I think then if I'm not able to find anything, he's going to be specifically looking for a little, like, any glass creatures or like little glass blown animals that may be on display from people.
okay,
And I
that is
think
a
if
little bit
he's
easier to
able to
find.
find.
That is a little
Okay,
bit
cool.
easier to find. You do have some tradesmen that are trading in that. So you
Yeah.
find this little stall, and they have all this beautiful blown glass. Not too many pieces yet, because you could they're just getting their
Yeah.
stuff back. But they do have 3 in particular. They do have one that's a small chocobo.
Yep.
They have another one that's shaped like a Moogle, and then one that is shaped
Cute.
like a weird looking cactus creature that you've read about but never actually seen in your life.
Yeah. Huh. Excuse me, sir.
Sir, I see you
How?
looking at the glass. Can I interest you in something today?
Yes, actually, I would like to ask how much it is for the little cactuar creature, please.
Well, that one was kind of hard to do. I'm selling each of these a gold apiece. Now,
Understandable. We do
I
need to
know what you're
rebuild.
thinking. I know we're just trying to get back on our feet. Hopefully, once I get a little bit more inventory, I'll be able to bring the price down. But right now, I'm having to do a gold apiece on these. Hope you understand.
That
That's.
made me sad.
I mean, to be completely honest, it's rather understandable. I would also probably be selling it at a premium at this present moment to bring the prices down. It's good marketing. It's good business practice. So, yeah, no, I would like to grab the cactuar, please.
Perfect, perfect. Let me just get you something. I'll wrap this up for you so it doesn't break. I would advise being careful. This is glass, so you just want to make sure that you don't drop it. Kind of starts
Of
wrapping it up.
course.
Hands it over to you. I really appreciate that. First customer of the day. Let me get you. He kind of looks around and he gets out this little card and he takes a dagger and just puts a little stamp in it and hands it back to you.
Thank you.
Purchase 5, I'll get you a free custom order. Whatever you want.
Oh,
Oh, brilliant.
Oh,
Oh, we
shit.
love an artist.
Yo, that's kind of fucking cool.
You know what? We're a little busy at the moment with what we're doing, but I do have some plans, so I shall be back. Thank you very much,
I
sir.
look forward to seeing you.
He's going to have his little cactuar. He's gonna look at his bag for a few seconds and notice that it's a little bit of a mismatch thing. So he's just gonna like hold it in his hand as he walks off. And then he's going to see if he can find a small like a wooden carving of a specifically he's looking for a wooden carving of a lion for himself.
Okay.
He's going to be looking for a like a deer or a gazelle if they are
Okay.
there. And then he's going to look for 2 pups.
2 pups. Okay. It's easy enough to find the wood carver. Give me
Yeah.
another investigation check.
Okay. Oh, that's better. 22.
22. So this guy has a
Lot
lot
better.
more stock. Probably, from even before because, it doesn't break as easy as the glass did. But you walk up and the guy is just sitting there chiseling on something. He's an older man. He looks like he's probably in his early 70s or something. And his hands are a little shaky, but his artistry is just on point. Everything that he has here is just beautifully carved.
Yeah. I mean, spent years on the
Nice
trade.
to meet you, young man. What can I do for you today?
Young man, you flatter me, sir. I was specifically looking for some woodland creatures, if I may so inquire.
Oh, we
Uh,
got all sorts of woodland creatures. We got some squirrels, and we got some little birdies. You want to be more specific?
hmm, that does make sense. Yes, I think I'll do that. Do you have any, well, lion creatures like myself, or perhaps a deer or gazelle?
Oh yeah, I've got a couple of them around here. Hold on. He starts like shifting things around, and he eventually sets out it's a lion, like it's not a humanoid lion. So the
Yeah, like a
lion he
lion,
sits
lion,
down
like
is
the
an
animal.
actual lion. And then yeah, he does have
Oh,
one that is he sits out two actually. He sits out both a buck and a doe of the deer. So one has this nice majestic rack of horns that just kind of come out, and they're it's actually beautifully carved as they kind of come up and tangle around a little bit, and it's very well done. Even the details around some of the finer points on the antlers are
mhm.
impressive.
Okay. And then looking around at the table, am I able to see uh, one bird and two pups?
22? Yeah. Yeah, bird's easy to find, and two pups. The pups are different. They're not the exact
Hmm.
same. You notice that no two pieces on this table are the same.
That works
So
out well.
yeah, so you'll notice that the pups are indifferent. You've got one that is kind of down in like that puppy dog with its little butt up in the air, like it's wanting to play.
Yep.
And then another one that's just kind of sitting up, like it's doing the sit command, tongue
Okay.
lolling out.
I'm going to be asking about the price for the two pups, a dove, the lion, and the gazelle.
So that's 5 pieces altogether.
Yes.
5 pieces comes, you know what? I can let all 5 go for a gold.
Oh, are you sure? I don't mind paying the regular price. I'm sure you have to. I'm sure you've got your own expenses. I mean, they are exquisite pieces. I don't mind.
Uh, a gold and 5 silver.
I suppose you are the master here. Of course, I would love to, sir. So 1 gold and 5 silver. Oh, right, because of the whole only the 10 gold. So
Yeah.
1 gold, remove, then add. No, remove 2 gold, add 1 silver, add 5 silver. I'm getting there. Look at this, and then add 5 silver because it's a 10 system, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. After all that,
He holds out his
I'm a
hand,
professor, not a mathematician.
kind of shaking to take the gold. Thank you, young man. And he kind of like looks off to the side and just kind of whistles. And you see this little kid kind of just run up. This little kid that's very much like kind of in just these tattered clothes. You don't recognize the kid, so it doesn't seem like it's one of Ava's. As the old man just kind of his hands shaking, just gives him the gold. There you go. Now run along. He looks back at you. I don't do this for the money. I just do it because I like to carve.
Very understandable, sir.
He'll
We all deserve
appreciate
to
the
have
extra
those
money, though.
hobbies. I'm sure he will. You do a great service here, sir. I very much appreciate the
Do what
work
I
that you
can.
have done.
If you need more, come back.
I
I'll charge
definitely
you
shall.
whatever you want to pay.
I shall keep it in mind, sir. Thank you very much.
He kind of
He's
goes
going
back.
to have the bag, and he is going to like tie it off a little bit tighter. And he is going to place this one in his bag, but he's going to hold on to the glass cactuar.
Okay.
And since I was unable to find any other magical items, I'm going to start heading towards the ship.
All right, Ava, you got anything you want to do?
Ava will pull out the notebook that Izzy gave us,
Okay.
and I don't know if Oki knows Thieves' Cant yet, but in Thieves' Cant, in a long-winded manner, I will write out saying, "Resting in the airship for 4 hours. If you need me, come knock."
Okay. So you write, excuse me, you write that out, and then you wait. And the Thieves' Cant is weird written. You know, it's very much more of a verbal, or
Yep.
So writing it is hard to convey. So it takes a little bit of time. What you get back is, it is in Thieves' Cant, but it's kind of broken, like a little bit of broken English. Some of the words aren't really what you would expect. So,
Is it
she
TCSL?
yeah,
Thieves Can't Second Language.
it translates to like good to know, will chocolate cake see you tonight or something, and it's just like,
Nice.
not sure what you meant
Fuck
there.
yeah.
But she's trying. Like, she's not there yet, but she does have a little bit of the language. So,
Nice.
okay. Izzy, give me that investigation check.
All right.
Unless you had anything else you wanted to say, Ava.
No, I'm just gonna. I am going to put. God. I'm gonna feel like shit if I put Blake in our own room and something fucking happens. Blake, Duchess, and I will all camp out in the same room, and
Okay.
I would like to try and get a long rest. So I'll tell Duchess, I need to relax and meditate a little bit. I've kind of got fucked up by some big spiders. So if you need anything, don't be afraid to wake me up. But I need to rest for a little bit, okay?
Okay. I'll go ahead and just roll a perception for her. Okay. Yeah, you only need the 4 hours for the long rest, don't you?
Yep.
Okay. All right, investigation check.
Yikes, that's a 13.
13. Unfortunately, as you're kind of poring over the ruins of the library, there's not much left. It seems like all the books of importance were burned. You managed to find a couple tomes, but most of them are just either like fiction novels, so you can pick them up and take them if you'd like to read them, or like, you know how like the libraries will keep like records of like random newspapers and stuff. You find one or two of those, like some of the posts that had been circulated around Cornelia, but nothing really of interest that's going to help you,
Yeah,
unless you're looking to buy an old desk.
valid. Izzy will start to walk back, but will stop when he thinks he hears a whisper. And then as he does, he looks around until he realizes he thinks the whisper is coming from his staff. And he looks down, he's like, "You cannot keep doing this. I understand you have more secrets to tell me, but I don't have time to figure them out right now. Right now." And when he says that, they get louder and he says, "Okay, I have a little bit." And he's going to sit and meditate with his staff in front of
Okay.
him. And as he does for the first time, you would see his staff floating up by itself and almost moving around, almost like a Rubik's cube trying to be figured out.
Okay.
And I think you see a look of struggle on his face as he says, "What are you hiding? This is too easy." And as this happens, you just like when he first held the staff, you guys see silver runes floating around him like before. Before the silver runes, he always holds in to himself so he can activate his spark. And he is trying to focus.
Okay. Mm. Nothing actually happens with the staff just yet.
Valid.
It's frustrating. It's eluding you. There's something there. You know there's something there.
Mm.
But it seems to be out of your reach just yet. Those voices in your head, they almost sound taunting. There's something tugging at you. Something right in front of your face, and you just can't see it.
I thought I was breaking down barriers, but it seems like more are just being put up in my way. Is it just are these just challenges I need to overcome to become a powerful mage, or am I already there and I'm just not seeing it? What would Master Matoya say? And he stops and he's like, never mind, I don't want to know. What are you trying to tell me? DM, do I see do I see he would put see invisibility up. Is there anything around him?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, sure.
And you cannot be scryed on, right? You still have the thing.
Yes.
Okay. See
Oh,
invisibility.
Jesus.
You look around. You glance for, just almost out of habit for the scrying orbs, just to see.
Mm-hmm.
But of course you see none. No, you don't see anything invisible around you at this moment.
And I think as he stands up and grabs the staff, you just hear him walk off, and all he says is that there's nothing holding me back. So what is it? And he is going to go back to the ship. Since nothing really happened, could I count that as my short rest?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, you could all get a short rest before you return for the night. The only one that could realistically get a long rest is Ava. But
Rude.
well, I mean, play an elf.
How much HP is he missing? Let's go ahead. I think he's missing like 40.
But yeah, anybody, you would have time to squeeze in a
How
short
many
rest for sure.
slots can I get back with Arcane Recovery? Okay, so I can recover up to a combined level of 7. The slots can be none of the slots can be 6 or higher. So 7. So we're just gonna do a 4th level spell, and we're gonna do 3 first level spells. Cool. Dope. What am I missing now? Okay, the only main one I'm missing is a 6th. Oof, and a 7th. Izzy.
You guys cast a lot of spells in
Yeah.
that battle. Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know how, because the dragon fight would have been a decent fight, but with you all
31.
like the way you were, I don't know. It'd
Okay,
have
so
been
Yeah,
that's
no
hard.
a
shot.
D6. Cool. Let's
Yeah.
roll 7.
I will
I reckon we
say,
would have been okay.
full
I still
power,
had
you
the
would have
7.
been fine. You would have been fine, balance wise, according to how they balance stuff in the Dungeon Master's Guide. But with the way you guys were,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how it would have turned out.
I got 31 and got all my
I
HP
reckon-
back.
I
Nice.
reckon we would have had a decent chance. Bailey
The thing
still
of
had
it
the
is,
7th level at that point, and most of his
Yeah.
spells are saving throws.
Sure.
yeah, the problem is that Izzy was trying to get the previous fight over with, and also I have no chill.
True. Bailey, are you taking a short rest?
Yes, I have decided to take a short rest.
All right, you can go ahead and roll the. Oh, did you already do that? No.
I already
sorry.
did it. As soon as you said the first time that you can all have it, I was like, heal.
Yeah, I didn't see it go by. I see it now though. Okay.
Yeah, I had to use 4 dice.
So, do you have anything else you'd like to do in Cornelia, or would you like to just kind of skip forward to meeting the stranger? Totally up to you.
There is one thing.
Okay.
Izzy is going to send a message to Enora, and he just says, I said this before once, but I would like to talk to you soon. It's pretty important, but has nothing to do with the meeting.
Oh. Okay. Still can't get our little date out of your head, I see. I'm not free right now, but I could be soon. For you.
Yeah. She doesn't hear this, but the first thing out of Izzy's mouth is, that was a date?
Oh, I love how this turned
No,
out.
guys, it's okay. Izzy can fix her.
Are you sending another
I
one?
don't know. I
Maybe
feel
give
like at
that.
this age it might be Nora fixing Izzy.
They can fix each other. Everyone knows two damaged people are the perfect relationship.
No, guys,
Two
it's
wrongs
okay.
make a right.
They're just gonna talk for a lot. They're just gonna talk their feelings out, and obviously, he's gonna fix her and have her join their side, and she's gonna join the party. Obviously,
Obviously.
Right.
Obviously.
Did you see Bailey with a record player downstairs playing Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On?
That's when Taurus comes back and he's like, "What is this? What is happening right now?"
you guys are kissing without me.
Okay. Are you sending another one, or are you leaving it at that?
No, he leaves it at that.
Okay. So, anybody else?
No, I feel like Bailey's kind of chill at the moment. He wasn't able to find a sending scroll that he was looking for earlier, but I mean, I don't really think that. Yeah, that's kind of
Also,
fine for now.
I
Okay.
also fucking forgot. I wanted to do this too. I'm an idiot. He's gonna send a message to Hikael.
Okay.
That's literally in the notes in front of my face, and I completely missed it.
Give me a d20
Uh,
roll.
Oh yikes!
Uh-oh. That's not good.
If I find out that this man teleports to the astral plane, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Ooh, 17.
17. Okay. Go ahead with your message.
Immediately looking at the sending spell right now. You won't trick me.
It has nothing to do with the sending spell.
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah.
I use your rolls to determine how things are going for him.
Oh
Well,
no!
let me tell you, Hikael has had a fucking great day today.
Yeah, he started up early. He drank his juice. He messaged. He's like,
Exercise.
how are you, brother? Things here are busy. Please send an update. I'm still worried for you. Things may be going down soon. Love you.
You can't talk right now. Things are going down here. I'll give you an update as soon as I can. Love you too. He sounds hurried, a little out of breath. He's in the middle of something.
Jeez. What? Teleport when I get you, teleport. Teleport when I get you, teleport.
He's in the middle of something. Things are
Yeah,
moving
she'll
and
be alright.
happening on the other side of the world there.
Hey, I guess he just forgot when Izzy said, hey, if you're going to make any major moves, hey, let me know, please.
You're assuming that he had a choice in what happened.
Jeez. He's just as stubborn as Izzy.
Yeah, well.
Bailey's
He
gonna
remembered
have a
that,
field day
but
when he sees Hikael again.
okay.
I feel like Hikael would have loved Bailey's class.
I can't wait till
Probably
Hikael
hated the
actually comes
teacher.
back.
Probably hated
Have
the
you-
teacher, loved the class.
Probably. What'd you teach again?
Reactionary and improvised magical
Oh
abilities.
yeah, that was right. That was right.
Because of the whole
Okay.
sorcerer and wild magic thing. So reactionary.
Yeah, I remember that now. Makes sense. I liked the flavor. I just forgot. Okay. Any more sendings?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Ava is gonna cat now.
Okay.
No, I wasn't able to find a sending scroll, so Bailey is good into Scabard.
I
Real
cannot
quick.
wait until you all find a way to break some of the. You got so much bad news to break to NPCs. Like, you
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
told those two kids
They're
that their
actively avoiding Marlon at
daddy-
the moment.
daddy Nozak died. Squall still doesn't know that
Renoa.
Renoa got kidnapped.
Damn.
So many bad news. Like, so much
We have
bad
some
news.
good news. We have some good news. We can tell
Uh,
Sid that we didn't destroy the airship on the first trip this time.
Sure. You can do that. I think that's the only good news you have. Then the others can be like, look, we replaced your daddy Nozak with this maybe double agent spy.
But he is also actually no, you better not teach kids about that kind of daddy. That'd be weird.
Yeah, let's not do that.
That'd be Ace having to have that conversation. What?
what?
Nighttime. in the forest.
I love you.
As you bring your airship, kind of land it on the outside of the forest, it's dark at this point, middle of the night. It's actually very dark as the moon is currently behind the clouds. It's kind of an overcast night. As you disembark the airship, and what are you doing?
It's time to go to the outside of the forest.
You guys think Joseka will be nearby?
Probably, but he gave his terms. He seems very plain when he speaks, so I doubt he'll suddenly turn on us unless we don't do what he said.
Let's fucking hope not. We have a god with us. He should just be able to fucking kill the dragon if he does, right?
You make a lot of assumptions about the gods of this world.
I do. One of them literally brought you back
I-
from death. They're pretty powerful.
Yeah, but she was diminished almost immediately afterwards.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
he does also have a second one inside his head. I mean, talking to yourself and voices in your head aren't quite normal, but you seem to be an outlier.
Thank you.
They know I can hear them, right?
They can hear you.
Oh, they
Oh.
can? Brilliant. I have so many questions.
Oh god, no, I
especially
shouldn't have
to-
said that. Jesus Christ.
especially
All right, it's forest time.
for the-
Also,
Oh,
I just would like to say, whatever this thing is you're meeting with, he's not one of us. He's no icon.
Is that bad?
he's
I'm
iconic.
just saying, he's not one of us. Don't put him on the
Oh.
same level,
Oh, right. He's below you.
as all things are.
Mm-hmm, of course.
Honestly, love the confidence.
You can't love yourself, no.
You make your way over to as close to the trees as you dare to go. As you're coming close, though, you do hear something in the distance, the roar of a dragon, just as a reminder to not come too close. As you stop,
Bailey out loud is just gonna be like, how can you tell where the shade of a tree is when it's nighttime? I feel like that's a bit of a moot point.
Oh, don't worry. This is my area of expertise. I'll draw a line into the grass.
Okay, fair enough.
what are y'all doing? At the moment, you see nothing.
Whittling my
All right,
thumb.
Dizzy, where is he? Where is it?
Oh, I
Where's
don't
the-
know.
where-
He said he would show up, so I'm just trusting that he'll show up.
Oh, he's not here yet.
I don't see him.
Oh, okay.
I could
Ava.
cast the invisibility if you want.
Is that how you did
Ava,
it the first
give
time?
me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, God damn it.
Rude.
Okay. 3.
I love your Constitution. It's so
Me
great.
too.
As you're in the middle of having this conversation with Izzy, you stop for a second, and the rest of you see he goes pale. As even in your head, you hear, "What's happening?" As you can feel like your body kind of tense up, and it almost feels like something is getting pulled from the core, from like inside your core, middle of your chest. Just something is pulling out of you, and you can feel your energy draining. And then you kind of just collapse onto one knee. Take no hit points, but you do have one level of exhaustion now.
Yikes.
As you
Possession.
see now, sorry, what was that? No, he's not possessed. As you now, those of you that are watching this, you can see right off to the side of Ava where he was standing, this figure start to coalesce next to him. It seems as the energy that was drawn out of Ava was used to bring this being into a physical form. As
Oof.
his head kind of cocks to the side. I'm sorry about that.
Ow.
It takes the power of the crystals in order for me to come to the physical realm. And well, those are all with you now.
I feel as
That
if
was absolutely wild.
also
Wait a
I feel
minute.
as if a warning would have been nice. Izzy's going to kneel down to Ava.
I don't
Do
really
you
have
think
a
that a
way to
warning would have made it any
communicate.
better?
I don't really have a way to communicate with you. The only vessel I have is currently unresponsive.
Right.
Plus,
Well,
don't you
hello
think
there.
if
My
it
name is
was...
Bailey. I'm the new kid.
Hello. Don't you think that if it was easy for me to take physical form, I would do it more often?
It's not a fact of whether it's easy or not, but
That's a rhetorical
a
question.
simple warning would have been nice. What if you had killed him?
I mean,
I'm
in his
doing.
defense, I did have about a 3-second warning.
Hey, sweetheart, you're not helping.
Sorry.
Whose side are you on?
I suggest we not waste time. I don't have long unless I need to take more energy from your friend here.
No, let's get this done quick.
Do you have questions for me? Before I tell you what I came to tell you.
One, do you have a way to wake up Blake? And two, do you have the knowledge to cure the possession happening with the Dark Knight?
Ooh, good question.
If I had a way to wake up Blake, she would be awake. She's being
Okay.
kept under by beings far stronger than myself, unfortunately. As far as the
Oh, that's
possession,
cheating.
I do believe that there are some methods that may be able to help with that. The magic from where Blake originates, the place I call my home, they have many techniques that have been lost to time for the rest of the world, but there are still those that keep to the old ways. They have
Hmm.
ways to expunge spirits from the physical body. I do believe Blake would be able to learn this technique, but I'm not sure if she's going to actually be available. I fear that whatever is keeping her, it's more powerful than me and certainly you.
Uh,
Hmm.
I don't
okay.
mean that condescending. I'm just saying the forces that we're dealing with and talking about here. You three have attracted the attention of some very dangerous beings. Well,
We're quite flattered by that. I've only been here for like 3 days.
I meant them two and Blake.
Oh, you know what? That makes more sense. As a deity, do you have knowledge of land that is at least, or how do I word this? Are you able to make a quick enough decision to react to a certain situation, or do you feel like you have to wait for it to actually happen? Basically, can you see a little bit ahead of time?
I believe that Blake's favor of me may have led her to embellish my actual status as a deity. I would not claim to be a deity myself. A demigod, perhaps. I am not on the level of the icons you speak of. In your head, Ava, you hear, "Told ya." With
Can
that,
Bailey make a history check to see if he knows anything on demigods?
you can make a history check, in fact.
Come on, big money, natural 20.
12.
12.
Specifically wanting to ask if there was a way to supply a host as a conduit for a demigod to become a more permanent or sentient being for a longer period of time.
With 12, nothing so specific as
Got it.
that. What you will
Yeah,
know, I mean,
obviously.
mostly though, as far as demigods are concerned, dragons are considered demigods. They are of the
Okay.
crystals, of the elements, and but on a power level, let's say above that of mortals. So just based on that, you would probably put this guy somewhere around like a dragon, as far as just sheer power and control over the natural world. right?
Mm-hmm.
So definitely a step down from one of the icons. But as far as whether or not they can, you don't know. In fact, this would probably be the first time you've heard of a cleric being a cleric of a demigod instead of one of the icons.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
So, before you tell us more of what you wish to tell us, where should we take Blake? Should we just keep her with us, or do we take her somewhere?
I think the best place to take her would be home.
Perfect.
If you can't keep her with you, I think the place to take her is back to Norvalen. She has people there, they can care for her until we find a way to wake her. Or, if we're lucky, she'll wake tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know. But
Okay.
I think your paths will align better up there anyway. You have magic you seek, old magic. She needs a place to rest. Even if she does wake, she may need a place to recover. And I think being surrounded by her people, the magic that flows through those trees, and then I will be able to communicate more openly with her under the branches of the Norvalen forest.
Okay. We'll make sure it gets done.
Kind of looks along all three of you, just kind of expectantly waiting to see if anything comes up.
Well, what did you wish to tell us, aside from the fact that we're attracting powerful enemies?
Well, that's actually what I wanted to talk about because I think one of them may be responsible for keeping Blake in her current condition.
Oh,
Tell me what you know
jeez.
of the icons themselves.
That sneaky little shit has 2 of them in his head.
He looks over to you, Ava. That voidless face just kind of finding you. Garuda and Leviathan, I believe, correct?
Yep.
Well, he knows my name. Who is this again?
This is the
Okay, a little bit
stranger, Garuda.
celebrity.
And is that all you know of them?
They're the elements incarnate. They're powerful deities that were trapped in their crystals when he trails off a bit. He says they were all supposed to give up their physical forms, but something happened with Shiva. Also, there may be another one, apparently. So that's fun.
So you do know about the other one.
We know of them, and they might have their grips in our friend Grunthor.
I believe they
Or
have.
Conrad.
Also
Yeah,
Conrad.
fuck that one.
I believe they may also have their grips in Blake now as well. There are certain things that are not recorded in your histories. Many people talk about the icons, the elemental icons. Garuda, Shiva, Ifrit, Titan, Leviathan. And then those in certain circles, consider Bahamut to be an icon, even though he never truly was one. But all things in nature exist in balance. That is the purpose of the elemental icons. They balance one another out. But there must also be a balance for life. That balance, the great equalizer for all of your kind, death.
Oh, I said that in the forest.
And death has its own icon as well. For time immortal, really, everything has remained in balance between death and the elemental icons. The elements provide life, death takes what it can. However, as you know, recent events have caused the elements to slowly be losing their power. This causes 2 different imbalances as you've seen one, the imbalance of the elements themselves, tipping, wind, water gone, fire starting to overshadow the earth. Have you noticed that it's been getting slightly hotter lately? That's the fire crystal's power being the strongest of the four left. But what that also does is the elements themselves are weaker, therefore the icon of death is making his move. I think that's what we're dealing with here. And I think that he knows that you're trying to stop that from happening, even if you're not aware of him or his presence. You made a name for yourselves, you've attracted attention. They know that you're trying to restore the crystals, and there are many parties that don't want that to happen, including Necron. As soon as he says that name, you hear, "We don't talk about him."
Would Bailey have heard of that with his working closely with Adonis? Like, would the name have either slipped out or been said once, not knowing any information about it,
Give me a
but just
history
like a
check.
recognition of name?
History check. And you're the only one that can make this because of your connection to Adonis.
15.
15.
Maybe no knowledge, but I don't know, just heard the name before.
The name has not been mentioned. You have not heard the
Okay.
name. You have heard whisperings about a sixth icon.
Yeah.
And you all have actually at this point, whether or not they've been explicitly referenced as an icon, going all the way back to when you first met Jane. She had mentioned that Conrad was into some dark things, that he had been delving into the darker side of the icons and things like that. And there's been some other little peppered things around too. But as far as a named icon, there are no records of the icon Necron, nor was there any records of him having a physical presence on the world itself. If you had
Here
heard
I
of
was
him,
thinking
it would
it
have
was just
been
kinky shit.
more of a um, like a bedtime story, like a boogeyman type story, if you had even heard the
Yeah.
name. But even in those situations, the name probably wouldn't have been said, but it would have been the god of death, or this, or that, or something like that.
Well, what do you think will happen if we manage to absorb the other ones? You think that's when they're going to make their move? Would it be better to go for the mother crystal as soon as possible then?
I can't know. I know that they're already starting to make their moves, but I don't know what they plan, what they want. I'd have to think that they want something more than just wanton destruction. But if perhaps you are a deity of death and decay, perhaps that is what you strive for. Perhaps that is your utopia. I don't know. I do know that this entity seems to be relishing the fact that for once his power's not contained by the balance of all things.
Mm,
I don't even know if if this force is evil to say. It just is,
as is death.
as is death. It is a thing. It is a primordial power. I don't think it has any ill will towards humanity or the world. But I think without the checks and balances of the life giving crystals, the balances are tipping. And it wants to continue to tip in its favor.
If I may ask, as an incorporeal being that requires a host to make a physical manifestation, can Bailey make a perception check while asking if he can be spied on?
Oh, are you
Because
asking?
I feel like,
You're asking basically
yeah,
if
I
someone
want
could
to
spy
ask
on him.
him if people would be able to look at him if they knew who he was. But I
Okay.
also want to look around because even though Izzy and Bailey can't be scryed on, by now he would have put 2 and 2 together that Ava can. And obviously, if you find one, you're with the others. So I
Sure.
feel like Bailey would make the reactionary conclusion that they would be keeping tabs on the party as much as they could, because he
Okay.
would assume that Adonis would ask later,
Do
just
you
to see
have
if there's like
see
something around.
invisibility? Because scry words are invisible. So you'd have
Okay,
to
well,
cast that like
probably
Izzy
not then.
does.
Yeah.
Okay, you can look
Oh,
around,
yeah.
but you won't see anything.
Okay.
I'm about to say, I'm an idiot. Izzy would have done that as soon as he got off the ship. I'm a fucking dumbass. Can Izzy do it now?
Yeah, and you can do a perception check.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm an idiot, guys. I'm so sorry. I forgot about that.
I'll ask them if people know of them, if they would be able to be spied, or if that is just a thing that is only
Izzy, what are
for
you doing?
physical bodies.
Okay.
And then, like, depending on that answer, would ask if there is a way to hide Ava.
Okay.
As I feel like Bailey has a lot less trust and knowledge in Adonis, and is starting to now fall a hell of a lot more onto the side of the party.
Okay. Izzy, looking around, you don't see anything. And as you ask the question, the stranger just kind of turns back to you. There are very few alive today that actually know of me. Most of them are in your party. But no, I do not believe they could spy on me directly. I so rarely take physical form, they would have to know the moment I was doing it, and then cast their spell.
They
Plus,
would
no
know in
one
this moment.
even knows my real name.
Alfred.
No.
Fuck.
Why would
If I
you,
was right, you wouldn't
Ava?
tell me anyways.
Why was your
Alfred, really?
first? Why was your
That's
first
your first
intuition to
choice.
guess?
What, to guess Alfred or
It's
to just
fine.
guess?
There are billions of names, and you decide to throw one out.
Regardless,
He seems like a distinguished gentleman.
we're finding we need to go to the elves regardless. One, so that we can let Blake's people watch over her, and two, so we can try to trade something to them so that we can get Ava some anti-scryware. The biggest problem is now we need to decide whether we wish to do the crystal things now or if we want to go straight for the mother crystal to see if there's anything we can do because the mother crystal is the most powerful source of magic in Fantasia.
The Mother Crystal should help you reignite the spark of the icons you have with you.
And if we do that, that's one less thing to worry about. The other icons would also most likely be able to fight off. Hopefully, there, Ava. If the other icons were at full power, do you think they wouldn't have had any problems with the dissenters or whatever they're called?
So your plan
Gerudo,
is...
what do you think?
You're talking about bringing me back to full power? I say
Yeah,
fuck yes.
If you were at full power, do you think you could have beaten Tiamat's ass?
In a heartbeat.
Fuck
He
yeah,
wouldn't
they
have
Yes,
could
even
have.
had a
bitch.
chance.
That
I
would
could
have
take
fucking
all
demolished them.
fucking 4 of them.
Wiped the floor with them.
Okay, then that
Do
means we
it.
need to go to Ishgard as soon as we get something. As soon as we find a way to get Ava some anti-scrying items.
There are those in Norvalen that can help with that.
Oh, thank God.
There
We
are
don't have
those
to
that
talk to actual officials. I'm on board.
Okay, wait, is it just the Elizin, or is it the Elizin you're talking about, Mr. Stranger?
There are Ellas in there. But anyone that practices the old ways like Blake does, those that have been doing it for longer, they can help you with that.
Wait, really?
The old ways are often neglected, much to the detriment of the rest of the world. There's still a lot that can be offered.
Well,
Those
you see, he
left...
thinks for a bit,
Go ahead.
and he says, would they be able to teach me a way to purify the Dark Knight?
Perhaps.
Ugh.
Possession is a tricky beast. Very precisely, you have to untangle the souls that reside inside the body, separating one from the other. It is very delicate work.
Yeah. It's not the same as removing a curse. Removing a curse is almost like the same as finding an infection and pulling it out. Once you get the tail end, you can get all of it out. But possession, that's someone's soul you're potentially tampering with.
You need to make sure you remove the inflicting soul from the one that's being affected, and that you don't sunder the soul that you're trying to save. Can it be learned? Yes. It may take time.
Mm,
And in saying that, it would be easier to possess someone. What are the two souls still able to coexist, or would it be, for lack of a better term, would it be quicker to just kick one out and put one in?
Depends on exactly what type of possession we're talking about. Some possession comes after the soul has departed the body. The new spirit moves in and takes control of what is essentially a corpse. Living possession makes use of the fact that the body has not started to decay. It cohabitates with the soul, pushing one down, and the inflicting soul then becomes the driving factor. The longer the possession continues, the harder it is to untangle the two souls. This method of possession is most likely used in order to maintain and utilize the full strength of the host body. By using a live host, especially one that's in peak physical condition, you open yourself up to the limits of human capability, whereas a corpse, as you know, would have some limitations. This
Mm,
is likely the reason the Dark Knight takes a living host every time.
yeah. If he had taken over a dead
yeah.
host, someone powerful like Blake probably would have been able to banish them much more easily.
It is also insurance, yes. It's harder to untangle the two souls. Therefore, it takes a much more powerful mage to attempt it, and also one that knows they're running the risk of sundering the original soul.
Okay. I have
It's an
a big
insurance
dis-
policy.
I have a big decision ahead of me then. We also need to see if potentially no, luring him to the Norvalian region, that would put too many people at risk. You see, he thinks for a second, he's like, how can we might need to put saving Therian on hold.
Mm.
My time is running short, unless I take more of the crystal's power from Ava. Is there any last questions you have for me? I can feel this physical form starting to fade.
That was in character. um, Izzy looks at me and he says, "You've seen different beings. I'm assuming in your spiritual and living lifetime. Do you know anything about liches that may help me?"
I would steer clear if I could. Liches aren't. Becoming a lich isn't in itself an act of evil. Yet, I've never met a lich alive that hasn't done evil things in their pursuit of that power. They are incredibly powerful, incredibly dangerous. They do have one weakness, a place where they keep their soul. If you can find that and destroy it, you can rid the world of whatever lich plagues you.
Mm.
But it's usually very well guarded. Not easy to come
What's it
by.
supposed to look like?
It can look like anything. The lich
Oh, that's
chooses
good.
it themselves. Typically,
Damn
it's
it.
something very important to them, very precious to them. Personal knowledge of the lich might help if you're trying to overcome one. If you could think of anything that they might view as sacred or sentimental to themselves, that could be it. But
Would either Izzy or I be able to make a history to see if we would have an
Oh,
idea of
Izzy.
what?
Me playing Izzy knows the answer, but I would love to see what your character thinks.
Ooh.
I would say you wouldn't actually, because I don't think that you would know Odonis that much on a personal level.
Okay, just
You
professional.
know what I mean? Yeah. He would not have made, especially if he had been thinking about taking this step, he would not have made that public knowledge.
Okay.
But
The
also,
thought then in reaction to that, because haha, flavor. Would he be able to make a check to wonder out loud if it might be the mother or Hikael as his host?
It's never a physical. It's never a person. It would be
Okay.
an object of some kind.
Alright.
It's a. Oh, can you even imagine? The reason it's never a person is because people expire. The lich wants something to hold their soul indefinitely so they can achieve immortality.
Right.
I suppose they could do a person, but once the person
yeah.
expires, it becomes a lot harder to maintain them.
Well, Izzy, I'm sorry, but there goes the plan to murder your family. We'll have to think of something else.
Yeah, Izzy kind of sighs a bit. He's like, I think I know what the answer is, and I don't know if I'm impressed or very disappointed at his audacity. Thank
Last
you,
question before you go.
stranger. Oh,
Very
One
quick
more.
answer of a yes or no.
You can see
How
that he's starting to fade out.
how much longer would we have if we destroyed the other crystals and weren't able to restore them in time?
that is not a yes or no question.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, just like a number then.
So what's the question? Like, if you destroyed the crystals, how
If
long
we
would you
destroyed the
have?
crystals, how long would it be that we would have before we'd be able to restore the crystals? And like, how much time would we have to restore the crystals to be able to fix things, or would the world be fucked?
From the moment if you destroyed the other two?
Yes.
Days.
Right.
Oof. Thanks, King. Because you saved us from doing something really fucking stupid.
So we keep one alive at least. Gives us a bit more time.
Oh, why
And
not
just
two?
off the others. Well, I mean, the
I
Empire
mean,
probably already has their hands on both of them, let's be honest, by now.
He's flickering
well,
out.
we can talk about this later. You see that Izzy says, "Thank you, stranger."
Take care of Blake.
Um,
He flickers away.
Izzy is going to pull out some rocks, and he sets them up in almost like a gate, like three rocks on one side, three rocks on the other side, three rocks on the other side. He is going to take some leaves, and then he is going to put his hands together and say, "Thank you," and simply say, "Thank you, stranger, for your help. Hopefully, this offering is to your liking." It's not. That would be very funny. All right, we have some
Bitchy
planning.
pride!
We have some planning to do, but first we need to get to the. But first we need to start heading to the Norvelian region. Looking at my map, I think it should take about DM. How long should it take?
It'll take just a couple days with the airship.
It'll take a
So
few days. We need to think of a plan.
Oh,
yeah.
might as well head off now then. Are we just going straight there?
It seems like it. I'm I've been
No reason to
practicing.
detour.
I've been reading up on my teleportation. When I master it, we can go to Balam because we also need to speak to Nozak's children,
Who's
and you'll
that?
get to.
Oh,
N-
wait, sorry, I forgot. It's the one that the Dark Knight mentioned. My mistake. I'm terribly sorry.
It's fine. For now, the two of us need to get rest. Ava, if you ever feel like you need to take a break, feel free to wake me up.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, he's going to need a break first.
As you all return to the airship, make your way into the air and start heading towards the Norvalen region. We're going to call it there tonight. And we're going to level up.
Yes!
Ooh, okay.
Teleport!
As we head into the
I don't know what I
next
get.
the next little arc here. Yeah, let's see if I can get this up. So I'm just going to I will share really
The
quick.
Norvalen arc.
Yeah, the Norvalen arc.
Guys, I have
The
86
Norvala!
I have 86 HP now.
86. I need to up my
My man
game.
already leveled up. He was like, "Yep, right now."
So we will be coming up. I'm going to show this on the stream just to come up. We will be coming up to this region in the airship. You have a couple options, so just keep this in mind for next time. And you should be able to see the map and the maps thing again.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I cannot.
You won't be able to land anywhere where the dark green is. This is just pure. This whole area is forested. There's not going to be a place to land.
Oh, literally at all? Like not
oh.
even inside Sandoria?
No.
Oh,
Nowhere to land here. It's
shit.
just complete forested area. The easiest place to land would be outside Calm, but please note that Calm is still technically under Empire territory.
Yeah.
Or you could land a little bit over here towards, and then I'll ping it. You could land like here, closer to Alexandria, and go into Feymarch. So just think about which direction you want to go.
Yep.
So, yeah, you play those old Final Fantasy games, you realize trees, you can't land no airships.
Yeah,
That's why when I was designing the map, I was like, trees. This is going to be a forest adventure. So we will head up there, and we are now level 14. Welcome to
Wait,
almost
we're level 14? Oh, we are. I'm an
Yeah.
idiot. I thought we were level 12 first. I thought we were level 12, so I thought we were level 13 for some reason.
No, we're 14 now.
You
So
get 2 levels.
we're getting up there, and things are. I think things are going to start moving pretty quick, depending on what you all do too. If you decide to go to the Mother Crystal or what you got to do. So I think they're got some decisions to make, some things coming together, and then I finally did my lifelong goal of making Necron mean fucking anything, because spoiler, that is my
159.
biggest complaint about Final Fantasy IX is that
Yeah.
he's just the most useless, out of left field, worst enemy in the whole series. So my
Damn.
goal was to make him mean something. So here
Love
we go.
that for you.
Here we go.
Also,
and
I now
that
have
was for you,
100
Solos.
HP.
100
Must be
Triple
nice.
HP.
digits.
Grunthor had that
And
6
I
levels
can-
ago.
Fuck you, no. I could also roll 2 dice on the Wild Magic Surge table and take whichever one I want.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you have to do both. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
So instead of taking Disintegrate like I was going to, we're going to take Teleport.
Fair. Teleport's
I'm
gonna be
so
fun.
Yeah, I'm sad because I wanted Disintegrate so I could get Force Cage, but I'm gonna have to wait.
Okay. What's your idea? Force cage and then disintegrate them inside the force cage or something?
No, Disintegrate can't pass through Force Cage, sadly.
Okay,
So
I
it
was
would
gonna
be as much as
say-
it would be a fun combo, but unfortunately you can't.
I was
No,
thinking, I was like,
I
does
just
that
felt
work?
Yeah, I just felt as if he would learn Disintegrate before Force Cage. It just fit in character. But like in this Karma, I was like, no, he would definitely get Teleport.
Yeah. I think teleport's gonna prove useful, and having 2 uses of it a day would be. Whew.
Oh, my spell attack is 11 and my save DC is 19 now.
Nice. All right, with that, we'll wrap this one up. We will be starting our next arc going into the Norvalen region with 57 then. So awesome. I'm excited about this. yeah, I don't know where this is going to go. So, we're getting up there in levels, and depending on what you all do, this could snowball fast. So we'll see where we go from
Hmm.
here.
I'm
So
ready to just balls to the wall.
I thought you were being like, I'm ready to be done with this. So I thought you were getting ready to say.
Nozak died, lost all interest. I'm out now. No, I'm kidding.
So just a quick normal outro stuff. Monday nights, 9:30 p.m. Wolfkin's TTRPG on Twitch. We do this every Monday. If you're interested in more D&D, starting on May 2nd, our good friend Psychic, aka Bailey down there, is going to be running one for a couple people some new people on the stream. Kinda. One of the guys was on the Easter one shot. One guy's totally new. But yeah, so that'll be interesting. So this is a world of Psychic's creation. So it's going to be fun. I'm playing in that one. So I'm really excited about that. And then on the off week with that, we're going to still be doing our Dragonbane. So Dragonbane did go down to every other week. So still something every Thursday. We're just going to be a different thing every Thursday. And then every other week, I'm over on Omega Om's channel for Walking Dead, which will be tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. So I do a lot of stuff now. So also, this I don't know if I'm going to do this or not, but I think I am. I'm going to the Disney Lorcana Challenge event in Chicago. So I think I'm going to be streaming some Lorcana to practice and train for that.
Yo, let's
So
go.
Cool.
I think I'll be starting that up because we're going in June. So I'm
Cool.
excited about that. So yeah, there we go.
Oh, in June. Wow, that's close.
Yeah, I know. So I've got my
Sounds like
deck. I
fun.
need a couple swaps to make it a little bit stronger, but I think I'm gonna use the Pixelborn and stream some of that and just train for my challenge event in Chicago. So
Lit as hell,
Sick.
man.
it's gonna be fun.
That's cool.
All right, with that though, we'll see you a lot this week. So check out Omega tomorrow. See me there, and then also Dagger Heart will be going up on YouTube this week. We streamed it last week, but I didn't really do much over the weekend, so it'll be probably dropping on Wednesday. So for those of you that wanted to check that out if you missed it live. So with that,
First of all, you can't miss the most important part of Daggerheart. We had Kellen.
We had Kellen. We had Kellen and Daggerheart. If you don't even care about Daggerheart, you should tune into that to put a face to the name of Kellen, who was very fun to play with. I had a ball playing with Kellen. I thought you were going to say the most important part was you shitting all over Daggerheart at the end.
I didn't. No, I want it to be known on camera. I did not shit on it. I simply expressed my need for more information. That was all it was.
What I am going to do, I am going to put up the entire episode, and then I am going to just take out our discussion and put that up as a separate video. Just
you guys will you all will see me on my phone a lot. Because I was texting my boyfriend about our vacation coming up.
Totally engaged players for Daggerheart. But no, it was fun. So check that out. And with that, I think that's it for this week. We'll see you next week. Start of a new arc. It's going to be great. Have a good night, everybody. Lally ho, friends.
Lally ho.
Bye.